Hello, my name is Stone, Lily Stone. I'm here to tell you a story about a blue cheeky tank engine named Thomas who gets to have a visit on the Magic Railroad. Now, if you don't know what that is, the Magic Railroad is a magical railroad as imagined by Burnett Stone, my grandfather, and it was operated by Lady, the lost steam engine who called Muffle Mountain her home. I believe that most folks, like yourselves, understand that on a train journey, great adventure may never be far away, and that long after the sound of a train whistle has vanished, its romance will be safe in every human heart, whatever age, whatever the time. Most folks are happy to know this. Sadly, a few are not. Which is a pity, because that's all it takes to cause a lot of trouble to some of the most precious things in life. So that's why you should listen to what I say as I tell you the story. This story, unlike any other stories, is a very special one. This story is about trains, folks far apart, and the magic railroad that brought them together as they were meant to be. Meet Thomas the Tank Engine. He's our #1 hero.
Hello!
But he's running a little late today. This is the island of Sodor where Thomas and his friends live. The magic here is closely linked with a special universe within this story.
Hello, Thomas. Hello, James, Edward. Morning, Percy. Hey, wake up!
Everything runs swell here, under the authority of Sir Topham Hatt, of course.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We appreciate you practicing your numbers, Gordon. That's a good engine. What are you counting?
I'm counting how many seconds late you are, little Thomas. What does that sign say?
Welcome to Sodor Railway. Really reliable and right on time. Signed, Head of the Railway, Sir Topham Hatt.
That's the fat controller to you, little Thomas. And you weren't on time neither, were you?
And you're just being bossy, Gordon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to collect Mr. Conductor. He's gonna be looking after us while the fat controller takes a much-needed holiday.
Well, I think we could take care of ourselves now.
Hold on a second. What does that say?
I don't know, maybe you could read it.
Okay. The notice at the bottom of the Welcome to Sodor Railway sign says, "Sorry for the delays during repairs. We are making this a better railway." See?
Yes, of course. There are delays during the repairs of some railroad tracks. First is the delays, then the train getting late. Now what's next?
Get out of my way! I have unfinished business here, and I want to finish it fast!
What in the name of Sodor was that?
That arrived today, and it is a problem. I call him Diesel 10. 10 out of 10 for being a bully with devious deeds and brutal strengths. The fat controller sent him here to help us steam engines, but Diesel is behaving as though he hates us. We'll all have to be very careful.
Well, I suppose we do need Mr. Conductor after all. On time.
Mr. Conductor, well, he's the little man with the sparkle, and he knows Thomas well. He lives at the other end of his own universe. You can see the land from far away across oceans of time, in which oceans don't literally go time traveling anyway. You can always see it up and over Muffle Mountain, and hidden deep in the valley is his hometown. Shining Time.
Come on, Lily. Your dad wants to say hello.
Hi, Dad. When are you coming home? Oh, okay. I hope your job goes well. Love you too, Dad. Bye. Why did my dad have to go away, Mom? I wanted to say goodbye to him before he left.
I know, honey, but your father had to get to work.
I understand. But why do I have to go to Grandpa's? You're only having a baby after all.
Well, I didn't want to be at home while I was having the baby, and staying with Grandpa is cheaper than having a babysitter. Plus, it will give you more time to get to know him better. It will be fun, and it's only for a few days after all.
I like this photo of my grandparents. Where was it taken?
That photo was taken at the school dance they were at. Burnett says that her dress was as green as the apples on the summer apple tree.
I see. But who's this other boy? He looks quite suspicious around Grandpa and Grandma.
That's Pete Tiberius Boomer. Your grandfather calls him P.T. Boomer for short. He told me that he's a really nasty, mean old guy. Then later, just before your grandparents got married, Boomer destroyed something very precious to your grandfather. I never knew what it was, and neither did your grandmother tell me.
Wow, what a mystery.
I know. Come on, Lily. Let's get to packing. You've got a big day tomorrow, and you're going to carry this on the train after all.
There, Bud. Paint job finished. I reckon Shining Time's the best of any welcome sign in our valley. Well, I'm glad you agree. Your master's old map sure helped a lot. He's on his way back now, is he? You hear that train whistle sooner than it hears itself.
Fine work, Patch.
Thanks, Billy. And, oh, I've been looking at your map. What are these mysterious shadowy lines doing on it? They look like straight railroad tracks, but I can't see any tracks around here except for the ones that you travel on.
It's a mystery which makes this land so...
magical? Well, I better be off to Muffle Mountain. I promised Mr. Stone that I'd clean his yard today.
Does Burnett Stone ever give you a smile?
No, but he doesn't frighten my horse either. Which I don't think he's a bad man. I think he's just... sad.
Keep on the lookout for a stranger. Almost had one killed on the way in. Come on, Mother Boy. Let's go to the platform.
So, I suppose your name is Billy Two Feathers, huh? Well, do you know who I am, Billy?
You're P.T. Boomer. And you left when I was a child. What has it been, like 30 or 40 years now?
It's been that many years ago, Billy. So now I'm back with a question. Where's Burnett Stone?
Wherever he wants to be, Boomer.
Playing innocent like the rest of this valley, eh?
Yes, there is innocence here, and unless you want to be exiled from these mountainsides, I suggest that you don't mess with it. Those flowers are beautiful, aren't they?
I don't need this.
Nobody in the valley knew that in Muffle Mountain there was a secret that Burnett shared only with his childhood friend, Tasha.
One day, Tasha, I'm going to drive this engine and I'll take you with me.
Promise me you won't, Burnett. Promise.
I promise.
This engine was vital to the magic that held these worlds together, but only Burnett knew that.
Hello, Shining Time Station. Manager Stacy Jones speaking. Oh yes, the 10:15 from Pelican Falls to Shining Time Station are right on schedule. You're welcome. At 10 o'clock, Lucy's Leap is leaving now. Oh, Billy, I found this child's drawing. Look at the signature. Burnett Stone. It's hard to believe that Burnett ever could have looked that happy.
Well, Burnett had a wonderful smile, and he loved railroading too. Here, Stacy. These flowers got knocked out of their basket. Maybe some water will help them live longer.
Why did they get knocked out?
Because P.T. Boomer is back in town, and he doesn't deserve to be here. He's never even believed in magic, and he's been jealous of Burnett because of his relationship with Tasha.
Oh, well then, we'd better take care of Mr. Conductor.
And a lot more besides.
Sandal, fly, boo, fly, shoo, that's it. Better still, buzz off.
Oh, buzz my buffers!
You weren't concentrating, Thomas. Lucky for you that the buffers were there.
That's what buffers are for, to keep engines from crashing. What are you doing in the sheds anyways, James?
I'm feeling a little blue, which isn't so hot when you're red. Actually, what I meant to say is that I'm upset.
Upset? What's the matter, James?
I was naughty because the Fat Controller ordered me to collect trucks from the scrapyards, instead of pulling coaches. So I told him that Percy and Toby should do it, since they're not as important as I am. But then he disagreed and told me to think of all the ways I could be really useful. Then I could come out again.
He's just trying to make this a better railway for steam engines. The harder we
Thomas.
work, the less diesels we'll need to help us.
Help you? You always need help. Because steam engines are cowardly, cranky, worn-on hunks of metal who couldn't hurt a fly.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
Aren't?
Are. Now, you and that worthy fathead has brought me to help. But I've come here to find the lost steam engine. I'm gonna destroy her and dominate you. And then you'll be nothing but useless scrap. Right, Pinchy?
Big bully, stinker.
We're really useful engine. You won't dominate us, and you won't destroy her. We won't let you. Neither will Mr. Conductor. I'm off to fetch him now. Stay here, James. I'll be right back.
What lost engine? What engine is he talking about?
If this diesel has important business and it involves destroying the lost engine, then there's sure to be trouble right around the corner. I wonder where my other friends are. Toby is one of the bravest engines I know. And Percy, well, he may be little, but he's big in bravery too.
Are you alright there, Percy?
Right here, Toby.
Good. Any sign of Edward, Emily, Henry, and the others?
Yes. They're at Wellsworth striking up a conversation about some legend. Thomas told them both, but Edward knows a lot about it.
I have no idea whether that bridge wouldn't have taken the weight of the big engines anyway.
I'm glad you're keeping me company, Toby. The noise in the scrapyard is quite...
Scary? Yes, I agree, Percy. But we must be brave and finish the task the Fat Controller left us.
At least Mr. Conductor will be here to watch over us.
Come on, Dodge. Let's go tell the boss.
Yeah, he won't be too happy about this.
Wow, Pinchy, this really captures the real me. I mean, that's beautiful. I could cry.
Excuse us, boss, but we're here.
All right, listen, you two. I have a job for you, Splodge.
Well, actually, my name is Splatter, and his name is Dodge.
I ain't got time
trying to say both names.
Yeah.
I arrived here to find a steam engine.
Well, if you're looking for a steam engine, that's easy. They're probably everywhere.
Not the one I want. I've been looking for her for a while, and the last time I checked, she escaped with some biker. As long as she exists, so do others. But if she could be destroyed...
Call me a liar, but isn't destroy mean like, murder?
Like hurt?
Yeah, destroyed.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but there's just one small problem.
Mr. Conductor's coming back. He won't let you destroy her.
I can do whatever I want. I'll get him too, with Pinchy. Ow, Pinchy! I hate when you do that.
Well, hello, Mr. Conductor.
Oh, hello, Billy. Toolkit? Check. Ticket puncher? Check, check. Aye, all aboard! Just testing, Billy. Mustn't let my conductor skills get rusty.
Important day, Mr. C?
It is a very important day. I'm going to the island of Sodor. You know, it's the only place where I really fit in size-wise. Sir Topham Hatt has given a very important responsibility. His Diesel has arrived for the first time, and I must make sure he behaves himself.
I hope your visit goes well, Mr. C.
Thank you, Billy. I must be responsible, reliable, and... don't tell me! Really useful. I knew that. I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, well, thank you, Moby Dick. I like my sparkle too. You know, the gold really is your color. Stacy, where did you find this painting?
In an old locker. It was done by Burnett Stone when he was a child. I was told that he used to work here on this railroad, but he never leaves the other side of the mountain now. You seem puzzled, Mr. C.
Well, I am puzzled. This place looks like the island of Sodor, but how would Burnett Stone travel there without gold dust? Sparkle's been the only way to make a trip since the lost engine disappeared. Anyway, I just came to say goodbye. I have to go now.
Right now?
Why yes, Stacy, I have to make sure everything is safe and sound on the island of Sodor, just like I do here.
Like Stacy, Mutt sensed danger. He didn't want either Mr. Conductor or his master Billy to leave Shining Time.
Old Smoky, you stay right there until I get back. Ah! There you are. Is something wrong here? Now what kind of an answer is that? Ah! I'm gonna be late. I'll get back as fast as I can. I have to concentrate now, Mutt. I'm simply having problems with my sparkle. Mutt? Goodbye, Mutt. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Mr. Conductor, where are you? I know you live far away, but you always seem to get here right on time. Mr. Conductor, are you all right?
Yes, Thomas, but sometimes everything seems to happen at once. I need to see your controller, Topham, to get my orders right away. The journey from Shining Time gets bumpier and bumpier.
Does it? I forgot to tell you, the no-good Big Bully Diesel 10 has arrived, Mr. Conductor. You better be careful.
Sir Topham Hatt has warned me about Diesel. Don't worry, Thomas. I'll just pop him in and out of my sparkle wherever he goes and keep him in order. I hope.
Now, where is this lost engine? I hope it's true that this crazy biker is looking for her.
Yeah, you better watch it next time, you little runt.
Sorry, sir. Let me pick those up for you. Take care, bro.
Ever since Tasha died, he's been traveling that distance. I wonder what he's up to by now.
Tasha, the conductor family has a little steam engine and their own railroad has wonderful energy because of her. But Pete Boomer wants to destroy her, and without her, the conductor's universe will vanish, and then will the sparkle. One day, one of the families will return, but until then, I would have to guard her.
But I didn't guard her well. I just don't seem to understand about magic anymore.
My grandfather must have been so sad since Grandma Tasha and Grandpa had never came to see us.
Well, maybe your visit will cheer him up. Did you get his present?
Here, I'm making a friendship bracelet.
Honey, that's beautiful.
I'm gonna go out this way.
Be careful.
You always say that.
I'll see you in a minute.
You're coming with me to Grandpa's Bluebird. I know how much you like to travel.
Far away on Sodor, meanwhile, the engines were confident, cheerful, and determined not to be bullied by Diesel 10. Only James, who now felt really useful too, was complaining.
Wobbly wheels.
Puffy pistons.
Thomas, I should have collected Mr. Conductor.
Calm down, James. All of us have gotten to collect Mr. Conductor at some point.
James is right, little Thomas. Collecting Mr. Conductor is an important job. Important is big. James is a big engine,
Mm-hmm.
You, Thomas, are small, teeny weeny. And as for me, well, I'm a big blue engine who knows everything.
Gordon, just leave him alone.
Bah, Emily, you always make friends with those tiny engines.
Bossy sprockets. All that steam has gone into your funnel.
There they are, Dodge. We'll be sure to give them an April Fool's joke they will never forget.
What's important is to stand up on our own wheels to Diesel. Toby's right. Diesel knows that the last engine in the legend really exists, but it was a great history. Edward told me the story this morning before he left with the Fat Controller and his wife, Lady Hat.
What engine?
What legend?
And what great history?
I'm afraid I told you all I know. Thomas told me and Edward the story this morning, and it seems like Edward knew the story already. Please tell them, Edward.
Well, the legend that Henry spoke of is about the lost engine. And she has magic that will make her more powerful than Diesel will ever be, that when she is the most unknown train we will ever see, until an unidentified human being with a bicycle came and chased that lost engine. That's why he wants to find her.
Well, I never knew about what happened to her.
Then we can find her.
Leave it to the big engines, Percy.
Little engines can do big things, especially when they have smart blue paint like mine.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Let's watch what happens to that little blue puffball.
When Harold the Flopper Chopper flies by here.
Routine Wi-Fi checks. Hello.
Oh, there goes the sneezing powder. Let's start laughing now.
Oh, sorry, boys, but the dust got not the same thing. I've got to go. Bye now.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen to us, was it?
No.
This must be what Diesel's binding! Achoo! Choo!
Dear Mr. Conductor, where were you? My wife said she couldn't miss our little holiday. We'll telephone to make sure you have arrived. Signed, Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt. Where were you? Whoa!
Hello?
Oh, good afternoon, sir. A real honor, sir, like my family before me. And how is Lady Hat?
Very nice. We have a great vacation. Now, do you remember what I said while I was gone on my holiday?
Watch out for Diesel, definitely.
Right.
Keep an eye on Henry's health, certainly.
Okay, do you know of the 3 R's?
Yes, sir, the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
What?
No, I mean, I will be responsible, reliable, and really useful.
Okay, now just remember those, then you got it.
Yes, sir. We will all get a good night's rest, and looking forward to a hard day tomorrow.
Alright, I'll see you when I call you back. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir. So who dropped the ball then? There you are. I'd like to have a nice hot cup of cocoa. Would you fellas care to join me? No? What do you want to do instead? Go outside and play? Well, I can understand that. What do you think? Why do you keep hitting him like that? You really need a big timeout. Just a little sweeter, I think.
Things are gonna change around here, Puffball. But first, it's time for my little bucket of badness to feast itself. Alright, Pinchy, dinner time.
Now that's better. Oh!
Cinders and ashes! It's Diesel! Diesel! Oh no!
Hello, Twinkle Toes. I got a plan, and you're not in it.
You can't catch me, Diesel!
You sparkle, eh? What perfect timing. Now, where's that lost engine?
You won't find her here.
You're not clever enough to stop me.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not. Is that?
That's lighting sugar, Diesel. And if I put this in your tank, it will seize you up for good.
Make the most of tonight, Twinkle Toes, because you won't like tomorrow. Another of that line of tin cannons. Ugh. Shut up, Pinchy.
Mr. Conductor, but what happened to your sparkle?
I don't know, Thomas. I'll just have to sleep on that.
On your sparkle?
I believe that he has to sleep on the problem, Thomas.
Correct, Emily. Thank you. But I don't know what happened to the sparkle.
Oh, but Mr. Conductor, without your sparkle, or the lost engine, you can't travel here to help us anymore.
I'll solve the problem. You just go to sleep now.
Easy for you to say.
You remember me?
Boomer, what are you doing back in the valley?
Well, I came to find you, Burnett. So, how's Tasha?
She's in a better place and safe from harm by you, Pete Boomer.
I see. Yeah, and I've heard about her death not so long ago either. What I've also heard is that you're hiding that lost engine somewhere in this mountain. With that, I shall ask you one normal question. Where is she?
I'm sorry, Pete, but you'll never hurt her. Not as long as I'm around. It's not my fault that Tasha chose me over you.
That's P.T. Boomer, you old pile of dirt! Don't you think for 1 minute that you and Tasha are the only reasons why I came here in the first place? Now, I shall ask you again. Where is the lost engine?
I'll never tell you, Boomer!
Oh, sure, that's rich. You think you're smarter than me, don't you, Burnett? But don't you think I don't know what you work up in Muffle Mountain? I will find that lost engine, and I will destroy her before you can even bring the magic back in her.
Never!
Open up, Burnett, or I will break down that door with my fist and throw you in the fire before getting through that lost engine. Do you understand me?
Try doing so. The fumes in that stupid motorbike of yours will probably get the better of you anyway.
Fine then. But you can't hide in there forever, Burnett, and neither can you hide that little engine as long as I'm here. Tomorrow, you'll wish I never returned to Muffle Mountain. Ever!
Oh, Tasha. You were never that fond of Boomer when he tried to date you either. Don't you think there's something more I can do for our dear engine lady?
Sparkle, magic, gold dust, railway, buffers, lost engine. The family always told me, as long as there is a railway, there will be harmony. As long as there is gold dust, there will be energy. You will never have to worry. Yeah, sure.
Mr. C? Mr. C? Why aren't you here? Why couldn't you travel anymore to the island of Sodor? Or back here with us at Shining Time? The magic's all gone. P.T. Boomer, he didn't believe in magic. And now he started an apocalypse on Shining Time. The magic is gone. And it's all thanks to Boomer who finally destroyed Shining Time. And removed the magic from this place.
What's going on with our railway and why? My universe is in danger. I've got to find more gold dust!
Next morning, Mutt traveled with Billy to the big city station. Mutt was sure that I could help my grandpa, and that together me and Grandpa could help Mr. Conductor get his sparkle back and prevent Boomer from what he would be up to next. But only if I met someone special at Shining Time first.
Attention passengers, the train to Muffle Mountain departs from track 3. Last stop the Muffle Mountain. The train from Shining Time will depart from track 4. Shining Time track 4.
I don't suppose you know where track 3 is, do you? You do? Is it that one? Well, why not? I hope you're right.
Mutt was feeling pleased with himself. He had put me on the wrong train, but he knew he had done so for the right reasons.
I know how the moon must be, looking down from the heavens, smiling at the silly things we put ourselves through, missing magic each day and not seeing the wonder that's happening. starry-eyed and contented. Everything is beautiful, as it all should be. Far away from it all, never needing to hurry. That's how the moon must feel.
Thanks, Stacy. Hopefully you can do something about sending Lily over here once she gets there. Bye.
Left a bit. Right a bit. Up a bit.
There, James. Tickle all gone now?
No, still itchy. Hey, Mr. C. Why do you look so tired? Is it because I'm red? Diesel 10 says red is a very tiring color. But Mr. C, red looks so nice against the snow. It's not me, is it?
Oh, no, James. I think that red is bright and cheerful.
Oh, good.
Just like my sparkle. Or at least it was. And it must be again. Oh, I'm sorry, James. I'm going to the windmill to search for something important. Now off you go to work, please.
Okay, Mr. C. Keep your steam up.
Thomas, it's so great for you to get the trucks for me, right? I mean, they're the ones who don't misbehave, right?
Oh, they were being nice. Unlike Diesel 10.
Diesel 10?
It's true. He was here. That, and he was bullying at my friends. Even me.
So? Did Mr. Conductor behave at him?
Mostly. But his sparkle is all empty. That, and he can't go back to Shining Time Station now.
Oh, Twiddly-dee! I hope he gets his sparkle back soon. I just know it.
Yeah, I wish.
What happened? Where's the windmill? That's where I'm supposed to be. Well, now I've completely lost my sense of direction. Now my gold dust really is all gone. And if I can't find the source of making more, I know how bad the consequences will be. I saw them in my dream last night. My family never really told me what to do in a gold dust crisis. They only said if you can't remember the clue, the windmill will remind you. But where is the windmill? And what is the clue?
Smile, you steamers! It's a sunny day! Brum brum!
It's not sunny, because Mr. C is not at the windmill. I looked everywhere to find him.
I think his sparkle is all gone.
Me too, Thomas. I heard him talk about it in his sleep last night.
My smoke box doesn't feel sunny, it feels stuffed up.
Do you think you could just sneeze out at the bridge from those boys who threw rocks at you?
I tried, but it's been blocked or something.
Nasty fumes from Dingy Diesel,
And Diesel is coming after the lost engine.
And worst yet, if he finds her, I have the sudden feeling it will destroy us all.
What? Even an engine was as big as me?
As much as I don't want to say it, yes, Gordon, even you.
And even an engine as small as I am.
You gotta be kidding me.
Achoo! Say it, don't spray it, Thomas.
Is everything alright, Thomas?
Yeah, I'm fine, Toby. I just have some sneezing powder up my funnel. Still. Nothing like a little coal won't take care of Thomas. Very funny, Gordon. I still got no jobs to do. I have to go find Mr. Conductor.
Let us get back to work. That's what he would want.
How about a race, Thomas?
Sorry, Bertie. I can't today. I have to be a really useful engine and solve some mysteries instead.
I guess that means I win. Perhaps another day.
Railways are no good. Turn them in the roads. Pull them up. Turn them in the roads.
Good morning, George.
Huh. Nothing good about it. You useless blue puffball.
How?
Pull them up. Turn them in the roads.
I win again, Thomas.
What's that? What's this? I know you've left your thinking cap behind. Try these instead, they're good for the brain. Gone fishing, rabbit. Well, well, well. How very thoughtful. Plane, drain. Mountain, fountain. That might be something. I think I'll try the celery. Sausage, bicycle, toothpaste, beach. Wait a minute. Beach. Beach, that's it! That's it! Can't find a bellflower. I need to make a call.
Destroy us all. Huh.
Turntables are no good. Turn it into a ramp. Pull up. Turn it into a roller rink.
So, I see you want that turntable, eh, George?
Whoa! Who are you?
Oh, just a devious diesel in need of an ally. I despise steam engines as much as you despise rails. So I have a plan that you will like.
What makes you think I will intervene?
Your promising reward.
Huh? What reward?
The turntable. Just think about it. Turning it into a roller rink, George. You'll be able to roll around on it for hours and hours and hours.
For hours and hours and hours, eh? I will love it.
Good. Now stop daydreaming and listen to my plan.
Oh, right. So what's the plan? Boss?
What? Boss? Hey, Gordon, are you hearing any of this?
None of my concern, Edward.
I must find out more. What's Diesel planning next? And what would he want with George anyway?
I want you to destroy every last set of buffers on Sodor. One of them will lead to the magic railroad. You are the perfect steamroller for the job, George.
When do we start?
Never.
Immediately. Are you prepared?
Yes, boss. Nothing to it. Let's go.
Perfect. I knew that Splotch would count on you.
Oh, heavens. Just as I suspected. Diesel's using George to ram the buffers. I must warn the others about this crisis.
Edward, hold up. Warn them about what?
About Diesel 10's plan, Gordon. I'm sure to not let everybody down.
Huh. Guess he's old, but useful after all.
There you are, Mavis and Toby. I must have to warn the others.
Calm down, Edward, and tell me, what happened?
Well, that's because it was a secret. A secret that it was a location to the lost engine.
The lost engine, but
It was an old-fashioned hoax.
Oh no. This is no Twilight Zone, Mavis. Please believe me.
Okay then, we'll make sure that no one ever gets close to the buffers.
Well, it's a summer Sunday and I'm under a cloud that shades my happiest blunder. For catching the wave of another, this easy life.
One last sun rain and one last sip of a summer Sunday. I think I'm a poet.
Hey, Junior, that's a good look for you. Don't worry. I'm sure once you go into that ocean, the waves will wash it off for you.
Love life left my way. That was yesterday. I never thought that I could ever get my life to wonder. Feel like I've broken my boredom, but I've awoken to this love so soon.
That's my cell phone. Hello?
Junior? Junior, is that you?
Oh, hi, cuz. Are you in a tunnel? This isn't a very good line.
Junior, where are you?
I'm in paradise. I just got on cloud 9 and here I am.
Junior, listen to me. You've got to come to the island of Sodor right now.
Now? But I'm waiting on the perfect wave.
Oh, no, you're not. You're coming here. You have to help me find the source of all our family's gold dust.
What is the source?
That's the trouble, Junior. I haven't a clue.
And I've used up almost all of my gold dust too.
What? Then go to Shining Time Station first. And in my signal house, under the box, under the staircase, you'll find my emergency whistle with the last of my supply. Please take care of this, Junior, and don't talk to anyone about the buffers.
What buffers? This is a very bad line. Hello? My cell phone's not working properly.
Junior, you've got to come here right away. I'm counting on you.
Hello? I want my money back.
Must find that engine for the sake of railroading.
I must warn Billy.
One day.
Shining time? What does that mean? Do you want me to get off here? Where is everyone? What you brought me here for?
That's gonna need a mop. Oh, oops. I need to get away from here. Oh, cake. Oh, that's not cake. 5 little plastic grains. Oh, hello. Oh, all done with that. I've got to get to the island. I've got to get to cousin. Hi there. Who are you?
I'm Lily. Who are you?
C Junior. Did I drop some sunglasses when I came in here?
I don't know.
Ah well, might as well use some more of this stuff. See you, Lily.
What is this stuff?
What are you looking at, you old blue puffball?
Hey, mind your own attitude, George. I'm just having a rest, that's all.
Whatever. Just like I said, boss. Nothing to it.
You're not finished yet, George.
What do you mean I'm not finished yet? Those were the buffers that led to the magic railway, right?
No, George. I want you to destroy every last buffer on Sodor.
But boss!
Now, George!
On my way, boss. I liked my old job better anyway.
Hey, George.
What do you want, Rust Bucket? I'm busy.
Well, do you really think that Diesel 10 is really gonna give you that roller rink?
Yes, he promised it to me. Now back off and let me do my work. Do you have your own work to do?
Well, not really, but just giving you a word of advice before I let you go.
Make it quick, Edward. You can't stay around here all day.
Temper, George. I wouldn't dream of it if I were you. But I've learned a lot, a long time ago, even before I arrived on the island in the first place, is that you can't rely on every engine you meet. Diesel may just be using you for all I know. I help the big engines up hills all the time, and they still say I'm old, disheveled, and useless at times. But the lesson here is, George, is that you can't always put faith and trust in anyone. Alright, best be off now, so I just wanted to let you know. Goodbye now.
What kind of steam has gone into him today?
The magic is gone. Why did I take my gold dust for granted? I can't help without my gold dust. What is the source of my gold dust? Is someone there? Thomas, is that you?
Mr. Conductor? Mr. Conductor!
Thomas?
Mr. Conductor, where are you?
Thomas? How can I possibly say that I'm really useful now?
Billy, we need to do something. Boomer's up in the mountain and he's looking for some lost engine.
What lost engine, Patch?
That's the thing, Billy. I don't know. I wish I did. Must be something about Mr. Stone and Muffle Mountain.
It's alright, Patch. Next time I see Boomer, I'll try to get some answers out of him, okay?
Thanks, Billy. I guess I'll be heading back up to the mountains now. I'll keep a lookout and make sure Mr. Stone is alright.
Okay, Patch. See you around.
Excuse me, are you Lily?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Stacy Jones. I'm the manager here. Your grandpa's really upset. You must have gotten on the wrong train. I better take you back to Muffle Mountain.
Stacy, did you know my grandma?
My mother did. She said Tasha was a wonderful dancer.
I think Grandpa liked to call Grandma Lady.
Lady?
Yeah, I heard her saying that name when they were talking.
I wish... never mind.
I'm back, Burnett. Surprised?
I have nothing more to say to you, Boomer.
Well, do I have more to say to you?
Fine. And make it quick, because I have a lot to worry about besides you.
Look at me. Don't think I don't know where that engine is, Burnett. And don't think either that you have any friends that care about you, like Billy Two Feathers, or that boy Patch. Guess that's another subject of my jealousy for you.
My granddaughter will probably be here any minute, Boomer. So if you have anything else relevant to say besides the lost engine, I suggest you get out of here before I call the cops.
Whatever you say, Burnett. But we'll be seeing each other again very soon. You'll see! You'll see!
Hello, Burnett.
Hello, Stacy. Hello, Lily.
Well, have a good evening, Burnett.
Thanks, Stacy. Good night.
Stacy?
Hmm?
You said, I wish.
I wish? Oh, yes. I wish you could come back to see us tomorrow at shining time, if your grandpa lets you.
Here, Grandpa. I made you a friendship bracelet. Grandma taught me how to make them when I was little. This one's for you.
Thank you, Lily.
As the mysterious sound of the lost engine echoed through the night on Muffle Mountain, the engines on Soda had her very much in their thoughts.
They stay in your mind. Some things we can even when you
Thomas, Edward, I was thinking, how does Mr. Conductor travel here?
By gold dust, Percy. We were just discussing it.
Why, yes. And the legend of the lost engine.
Maybe if there's a lost engine, there's a lost railway too. Mr. Conductor's railway.
There is. I mean, I'm clearly old enough to know a lot about railroading around these parts, seeing as how I can tell you whether or not there's a magic railway. And there is. It's how Mr. Conductor travels here.
The journey just keeps on getting bumpier and bumpier. That's what Mr. Conductor told me. Spot on, Edward.
Oh, he talked about buffers in his sleep. Buffers are at the end of the railway. So that is how Mr. Conductor traveled here.
Yes, Percy, on a secret railway. One never told of before.
Belonging to the lost engine. Percy, Edward, you guys are clever.
Just doesn't seem right. I can feel something suspicious in my pistons.
You know, I'm kinda having that feeling as well. Diesel might be around here.
We're sorry, you three. Diesel heard every word you said.
Oh.
We're going after him to see what he does next. You'd better carry on and get the mail delivered.
Okay. Wherever Diesel's going, Splatter and Dodge will be there, and so will George, as I told you all earlier.
Oh, you're both very brave.
Oh, Diesel won't bother with old engines like us.
Yeah, I may be a diesel, but I was very kind to the steam engines.
I've been working on the railway all the live long day. Yeah, who wants to work a live long day anyway?
Here's Mavis. Are you still up to this?
Always have been, Toby.
Evening, Splodge.
Oh, goody, a party. Hey, what do you suppose got the balloons, huh?
Come in and join the party, George.
Thanks. With pleasure, boss.
Oh, yeah! I love parties. Who's got the balloons?
Correction. Join the party that's over. Just like Twinkle Toad's Magic Railway's gonna be over. Come on, like the lost engine and the buffers that lead to her.
With my help, I'm at your service.
Well, then what are you gonna do about it, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's a good cause.
It's time to finally put Twinkle Toad's lights out.
Oh, yeah.
This is a job for the boss!
We've got to delay him.
And we've got to distract him.
What are you doing?
Just honk your horn.
It's the old teapot!
Why? Is the betrayed Diesel who joined the weak scrap?
That treacherous Quarry Diesel's with him? Smash him! Smash them both!
Wait, what? Smash him? Whoa, there, boss! Oh, don't push that thing!
Oh, come on! I hate it when this happens! Hey, Pinky, get back here! Don't let us come up there! I hate when you do that! Pinky!
Oh, good show, Mavis.
Thanks.
Boss, did you intend to let the roof fall in?
Yeah, like, all the way in?
I always mean what I do. You rattle traps.
Diesel 10 was in a dump, but the steam engines were right on track.
Rushing to and fro, he's a really useful engine we adore. He's a really useful engine, you know. That controller who told you so. Now he's got a branch line to call his very own. He's a really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the number one.
Morning, Henry. What's the matter?
I've got boiler ache.
Don't worry, Henry. I'm collecting 6 trucks of Special Island of Sodor coal for you.
Oh, thank you, Thomas. Special coal will make me feel much better.
But I wish I could make Mr. Conductor happy too by finding him.
Hello, Thomas, and your 5 coal trucks. Brum brum.
5? I thought I was supposed to have 6.
Oh, Thomas, I've been worried about you. Birdie says you lost a coal truck today.
Yeah. It disappeared when I was at the buffers, near the grotto today.
Maybe those are the buffers that led to the Magic Railway.
In the grotto is the Lost Engine special platform.
Oh, yes!
Percy, you protect those buffers from Diesel. Make sure George doesn't ram them. And I'll find Mr. Conductor.
Wait, what? Me? But why me, Thomas?
'Cause you're a brave engine, Percy.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Hello, Twinkle Toes. Remember me? Fat Guy won't have much use for you looking like that. Oh, I see you forgot to bring the sugar. How careless of you. Say hello to Pinchy. Watch and see how many tricks I have up my claw to dispose of you unless you answer one simple question. Okay, Twinkle Toes. I know all about the buffers. And I've got Jaws the Steamroller on the job to destroy them.
That's what I saw in my dream. It's coming true. My universe is starting to crumble.
And when I find that engine, you and those puffballs will be history, along with their wear-they fat hat. Now, tell me where the buffers are. Now! Oh, no you don't!
Oh, no!
You got 10 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2...
Too late, Diesel!
Yeah!
Ah! Oh! George, why he used to join him is to destroy the buffers. Oh, I'm at the windmill. Now that's what I call a perfect landing. This must be the clue to unlock the source of the gold dust. Stoke up the magic in the mountain and the lady will smile. Then watch the swirls that spin so well. But where's the writing gone?
Boss, just a question for you. Why did you let Mr. C escape, huh?
Oh, that, well, I did it on purpose. You know, to see if he could, escape.
Liar, liar.
Pants on fire.
Wait, does he wear pants?
Nah, train pants.
Oh, really?
All right. Playtime's over, Splodge.
Oh, boy.
Now it's time for the next lesson, huh? I call it how to stop being stupid.
I don't think he meant to do that.
Me neither.
You know, I wonder how we're gonna teach him.
Yeah, me too.
As you can see, this is near being so stupid. You got it? Now got going like cool on me!
Not let me something. Oh, what? Now that's the appropriate way to mash fruit.
Ah, well, now that's gonna ruin my facial.
Oh, boy.
Bet you can't climb that tree.
See?
Where did you learn to do that?
On my fire escape.
Hiya, I'm Patch.
I'm Lily. Do you live around here?
Yes, my mom and dad are into stables.
Morning, Patch.
Good morning, Mr. Stone. I'm running into Shining Time. Can Lily come with me if she'd like to?
I'd like to.
Sure, she can go. Be back by sunset, though.
Do you want to come too?
I never go there.
What does he mean by that?
I'll explain when we get there. Okay, so... have you ever ridden a horse before?
No.
I've always wanted to go this way. We're following some shadowy lines that I see on the map. They're like railroad tracks without any rails. Whoa, horsey!
What's going on, Patch?
Shh! That is what your grandma was worried about. P.T. Boomer. The whole valley fears him. He doesn't believe in magic and only believes in greed and money. That's why he's planning to buy Shining Time.
What's that on his motorcycle?
I don't know. I think you better get to the station. Quickly!
I told you, Boomer. There's no way I'm accepting your offer. Shining Time does not belong to you. You do not belong here.
All because I don't play innocent or believe in magic, Billy? I'll just buy this station off whoever runs it. Because I'm a drifter by choice. And I only want my money.
You'll just have to let the greed come out of you then, Boomer. You're never getting the station regardless of any you make.
Well, lady, what are we gonna do now? It seemed so much easier when Tasha and I were children.
Junior!
Pisto! I thought I'd give up on seeing you again. What's blue, green and red and goes beep beep?
A parrot, and it means chirp chirp.
Nah, trains, talking trains. I'm off to see them on the island of Sodo right now, and cousin. I overslept, and I better hurry. Do you want to come?
Can we be back here by sunset?
Hope so. I want to get back to the beach.
Okay.
Good. It's this way. We'll take the shortcut.
Really?
But there's two of us. Ah well, guess that means I'll have to get some of my cousin's extra supply of gold dust. Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll have plenty more soon.
Can I take this little bit back for Grandpa?
Be my guest. I'll take care of it for you. Ready? Here goes.
You've grown bigger.
Maybe you smaller. I'm just adjusting pops up to my new surroundings. Ah, this all goes whenever happens to me. Whoa! A bit bouncy, isn't it?
Where are we?
Why, this is the Magic Railroad.
Did you just say Magic Railroad?
Yeah, we're traveling miles and miles to the island. But I don't know if this railway's going to last much longer. It'll vanish like the engine.
What engine?
The engine that used to travel on this railroad. Cousin and I never saw it. We don't know what happened to it. Hey, what's that truck doing there?
I never seen this gold truck from before.
You better be ready and hang on, Louie. Here are the buffers. Oh! Oh!
Where are we?
Well, the island of Sodor, of course. This way. Achoo! Oh, bogus.
What's the matter?
I think I'm allergic to glass. Achoo!
It's a good thing I like climbing things. What's that noise?
The trains, I told you they could talk. We're too far away to hear what they're saying.
Good morning.
Annie, Clarabelle, there's Mr. Conductor. We found him. Oh, Bunker, it's Junior. What's he doing here?
Junior, look!
It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Now don't look so surprised, I know you haven't seen me since...
You stuck party poppers into my funnel!
Relax, Thomas, it never meant any harm. And we had a laugh.
You did.
You're talking to each other.
Ah, first prize. Lily, Thomas. Thomas, Lily. Now, where's my cousin?
Hi.
Hello, Lily. Welcome to Sodor.
Come on, Lily. I'm very home on trains.
Hang tight, Andy and Clarabelle. I'm gonna send Percy back here to fetch you guys.
We've heard that one before.
Oh.
Is everything alright, Junior?
Yeah, just a little. Oh, travel sickness.
What's that shining at the window?
Pistol, Lily. I think it's my cousin.
Mr. Conductor! Mr. Conductor!
Thomas!
Thanks, Riddles, you're safe.
Hey, cuz, what's up? Enjoying the sun?
No, Junior, I am not. In fact, I just landed here after escaping a heavy metal monster where he almost dropped me out to the viaduct. And his plan was to destroy the buffers with the help of George the Steamroller. Junior, where have you been?
Is your sparkle back, Mr. Conductor?
No, Thomas, it isn't. But I do know the clue. Stoke up the magic in the mountain. Darn!
Dither!
Hey, cuz, you're looking terrible. Why don't we just get more gold dust, cause I used up yours up. Then, you can go back home, and I can go back to the beach.
Junior, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
What is that?
Hello?
Hello, are you Mr. Conductor?
No, this is his cousin.
Then why are you on the phone?
Who's this?
The name you know is Sir Topham Hatt.
Oh, hello, Hattie.
Are you making fun of me?
No, he's hanging around here somewhere.
Yes, Sir Topham Hatt, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Conductor. Why is this person on the phone making fun of me?
No, he just wanted to be friendly.
So you're saying he acts like a dog?
No, he's not a dog.
Then what is he?
Well, let's just say he's an English puppy in need of a good trainer. Nothing to worry about it, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Cuz, this is Lily. She's staying with Grandpa Stone.
Hello, Lily.
Mr. Conductor?
Woohoo!
Junior?
Junior, what are you doing up there? Come down! It's too windy!
This is just like the fun fair. Give us 2 seconds.
2 seconds is all it takes for you to land in trouble!
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Aha! There's Twinkle Toes Jr.
Oh no, my beach bag!
You won't be doing any surfing up there, Mr. Kahuna.
Really? Watch me.
Hang on tight, Moon Doggy.
Yee-ho!
Diesel hijacked him!
What's gonna happen to Junior now?
Well, my family's usually pretty good at getting themselves out of trouble. Eventually.
I don't know what eventually means, but it sounds very, very long.
Where's Lily?
I wish I knew. I'm sorry, Mr. Stone. She wasn't there at the station when I went back for her.
It's okay, Patch. We'll find her.
Good evening, Patch. Enjoying the view of the sunset? I already know about Burnett's whereabouts. All I want to know is where that lost engine is. Tell me! Now!
Get away from me, Boomer!
want all the answers. I got a bike full of dynamite, and I'll plant some onto you and your precious horse unless you tell me where she is.
No!
This isn't over, kid. I'll find that lost engine and make sure she is history. You and your friend Burnett will be sorry, all right. Time to go commando and blow that engine's wheels out.
I am brave. I am brave. Thomas says I'm brave, so I am brave. Oh, it's not easy being brave.
Don't worry, Percy. I'll stick with you.
Shiver my pistons! They're Splatter and Dodge! They found the buffers. Oh, and now what's going to happen?
Howdy, partner. Coming through here. Excuse me.
I think that was something.
Well, what do you know about that? These must be the buffers that the Big B is looking for.
Oh, God! Are we supposed to go through them?
We? There's no we this time. You go in there.
This is a job for George. Should we make him destroy them?
Actually, this must be a job for the big boss.
Yeah. Our little friend has done his job for one day.
Whoa there! Well, I think maybe tomorrow might be the appropriate time for the big boss. What do you say?
We better hurry back and warn Thomas.
You're right. It's too scary in this dark forest.
It's the end of the line for you, Twinkle Toes Jr.
Now this is what I call surfing, baby. Whoop whoop!
Why aren't you freaking out? You're being abducted!
Yeah, but it's totally worth it.
You're not supposed to be enjoying this!
Well, I am, man. Do your worst.
Pinchy, please give our host some discipline.
Oh man, okay, easy with that claw. That's not cool.
Having fun now?
No.
Good. Now stay that way.
Mr. Conductor was doing his best to keep me cheerful. He knew I was worried about being late for my grandpa.
Mr. Conductor, I was supposed to be back by sunset.
You know, Lily, perhaps your grandpa can guess where you are.
He can?
Maybe, because I think he's been here himself long ago. And if he can help, I wish he could hurry. I haven't told Junior this, but I think he'll soon grow as weak as I am.
Junior said that there used to be an engine that traveled on the Magic Railroad, and if only we could find it, we could travel back to Shining Time.
Oh, that engine disappeared a long time ago. Never to be seen or heard from again.
I have to tell you something, Mr. C. I heard a train whistle, and I think it was coming from the mountain.
Mountain? I've just remembered another part of the clue. Stoke up the magic in the mountain and the lady will smile. But we need more information, Lily, and I know that your grandpa could help. If he just believed that he could.
Lady?
How do you find me here?
I found the entrance to your workshop ages ago. And no, I wouldn't tell anybody.
See that switch on the wall? Flip it off.
I guess there was something mysterious about this mountain.
Yeah, all mountains have their secrets, Patch. Shouldn't surprise a little kid like you.
Can I help you, Mr. Stone?
Sure. You can help dust her off. This engine's name is Lady.
Why is she locked up?
She isn't. She's safe from harm. Long ago, I made a mistake as Lady's caretaker. Until when P.T. Boomer found Lady, threatened to destroy her. He chased her on his motorcycle, and go too fast. Then he crashed her. He ran her off the rails.
Well, Annette, where's the magic now?
Patch, she's as precious as gold.
She can whistle. I heard her.
Yeah, so have I. It's because she's magical.
This must be the map of the Magic Railroad. But the railroad's energy is fading away. I sensed it when we were out riding. Lily and I were traveling on the ground above it.
The railroad needs Lady, but I don't know her special secret. And I need to know it now more than ever.
Because of Lily?
Yes, because of Lily.
So Thomas, we must get Lily back to her grandpa now in case Diesel gets rid of the railway.
But how can I let Lily go without gold dust?
Only in the lost engine. Unless... Thomas, will you please take Lily?
Through the buffers? But what if I go through the railway and my wheels don't work?
Or what if they do?
Yes. And don't worry, Thomas. We'll be here all night to look after Mr. C. Right, Emily?
Oh, yes. Yes, that can be arranged.
But I can't go without my driver.
I'll drive Thomas to Marble Mountain and back. He'll be fine, right, Thomas?
But what if...
Yes?
What if it's dark and cold?
Maybe.
And how will I get back again?
Because you're a really useful engine and we'll find a way.
Then, I'll try. I promise I'll get you home to your grandpa, Lily.
Follow me, partner.
Yikes!
Let's way to Bufferville, just a walk in the park.
We're going through, Lily.
You're on your own from here, little blue buckaroo.
Woo! Little engines can do big things.
It's dark and cold and bumpy, but I'm not afraid. Hey, there's the missing coal truck.
Coal truck? Stop at the magic in the mountain. That's part of Mr. Conductor's clue to the source of the gold dust.
And Lily, that's what you do with coal. Stoke it up to make steam.
Lily!
I'm coming back for you. And I'm coming back for that coal truck. I'm not going to lose Lily. And I'm definitely not going to lose that coal truck again. I'm going back, and I'm going alone.
You're a really useful engine, Thomas.
Lily, where are we?
We're at Marble Mountain, Thomas.
I'm feeling a little dizzy. I can't go any further. My wheels won't let me.
I'll be back, Thomas. I promise. But I must find Grandpa. Patch, where's Grandpa? Can you take me to him?
Sure. Jump up.
I knew I could count on you.
Cinders and ashes. Something doesn't feel right again.
Now I'm going to get my revenge on you, Burnett Stone! Oh, you and your engine. Do you even know what revenge sounds like?
Oh, bust my boiler! I left the coal truck behind. Cinders and ashes!
Grandpa!
Oh, Lily. I'm so glad to see you, but I felt so worried about you. Where were you?
There's this island with talking trains, and they said you might have been there. However, the problem is Mr. Conductor is sick, Junior is in grave danger, and I have to leave poor Thomas behind so I could find you. Please, help me!
I would like to, Lily, but nothing seems to work.
This is the lost engine that disappeared long ago. Now we can go back to the island and bring Mr. Conductor and Junior home.
Well, we would, but we can't make her steam. We've tried all the different coals in the valley, but nothing seems to work.
Lady, is that her name?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Coal, special coal from the island of Sodor. That's what Lady needs. Patch, there's a coal truck at the top of the mountain. Do you think you could get some?
Of course I will.
Whoa! Oh no, not again!
Something tells me that would never suit his grace.
I'm sorry, Lily. I'm sorry, cuz. I wouldn't be whatever it is. Responsible, reliable, really useful. I will be! I will be! Oh!
Ah! So you lost your sparkle too, eh? Bye-bye, Twinkle Toes.
It's empty.
Here we go.
Junior, what are we going to do? We'll think of something.
That's it.
I'll find you some more, Lily. I promise. If I'm going to be any help at all, it's now or never. I've got to use up the rest of this stuff.
Are you ready?
No one else. James, you have the brains. Get us out of here.
Now we are. What the?
Yahoo! Bye, James. Achoo! Sorry I've been in the scrapyard so long. But better be late than never.
Junior, we're all out of gold dust, aren't we?
Bankrupt. Hey, it's a beautiful day. I mean, we're down, but we're not out.
No, we're out.
But we're not down.
I realize how much I've had it with this job. It's every buffer after every buffer.
Oh yeah, we're for sure that these are the magic buffers though.
Yeah, we discovered them last night.
You can't be too sure about these things.
Look, we'll tell you after you ram them. Now do it! Do it!
Now, roller rink boy.
Okay, fine. If you want to go there with me, then you might as well ram these buffers yourself. I'm tired of you and your boss.
Well, the boss may be a hothead.
Yeah, but he's nice if you get to know him.
I don't care about that stupid roller rink anyway. Steam engines can be nice if you give them a good side.
Hey! Where are you going?
I don't care. I no longer consider him my boss. So you can take care of these buffers yourselves. Goodbye.
Oh, I've had it with that steamroller.
The steamroller was right about us. About the boss.
Next time he orders us to do something, should we do it?
Nah. Not after what just happened.
Yeah, me neither.
Did Grandma love Lady as much as you do? Did she ever get to take a ride on her?
Grandma loved her because I loved her. But she didn't get a chance to ride on Lady. I couldn't fix her in time. Did anyone order some coal?
Lily, look! The railroad is getting its energy back.
Well, Lady, the lights are all green for you now. Green for glory!
Kasha would have loved this journey.
Yes, she would. And she would love it, since you were with me now.
So, Bernard, you didn't forget about the magic, did you? Well, at least it's safe inside of you.
Thomas!
You found her, and she's beautiful!
We're on the island of Sober. Stop, Lady, Grandpa. Hello, Junior. Hello, Mr. Conductor. This is my grandpa.
I'm glad you were able to find your way back. Junior, do you realize who this is?
I could recognize that this is one beautiful engine. This is the lost engine! Aren't we glad to see you? Now we can go back to Shining Time!
Junior, we won't make it back to Shining Time without the gold dust. Without it, the magic could never exist anymore.
Thomas!
Mr. Conductor, the magic railroad wasn't that bad, actually.
Aha! There's the blue purple! And just look who else I found! Splodge! Get over here and destroy!
You know what, boss? Do it yourself, huh?
Yeah, do it yourself. We don't like you, and we mean that.
Well, who needs you, Splodge?
Yeah! Oh, wait for me! I'm after that engine too! Oh!
That makes two of us!
Run, lady, quickly! And I'm going to help you!
So am I, my lady. I'll not let you down again.
Watch out for the viaduct, it's dangerous! Lady, that engine's name is Lady. She's part of the clue to the source of the gold dust!
Oh! Maybe they shouldn't have any more gold dust. It looks like they had too much of it anyway.
Now I'll get you, Burnett Stone!
No, you won't, Boomer. Because the magic you refuse to believe in will get the better of you.
You can ride, but you can't hide!
Right, Pinchy?
Pinchy's hungry!
Oh, get back!
Come on, lady.
Come in, Puffball! Here I come! Duck Pinchy! You too, Boomer! I like my lunch steamed!
Oh, Thomas.
Percy, you gotta clear the line, quickly!
Okay, Burnett, you asked for it! The gloves are off!
Well, lady, this is your shining time too.
With your help, I hope so.
Come on, lady! Little engines can do big things!
Well done, Thomas! Well done!
I would so be doing the floss if only I had arms.
Uh-oh! Oh, what's going on? Hold it! Puffball! Teapot! Oh, grease and oil. Oh well. Just look on the bright side, Boomer. Nice time of year for a cruise, eh? Oh.
Mr. Conductor, did you find out the second clue yet?
I think he will soon.
Wait a minute. Then watch the swirls that spin so well.
Swirls! Just like the ones that are shaving around Lady when we're on the railroad.
Is there anything else?
Of course there is. So well. A well means water.
Put the shavings in with the water.
Go ahead, Lily. Throw it up in the air.
Please. Please.
Now, Lily!
Dust.
Gold dust!
Gold dust! Ho, 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 ho! Ho, 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 ho.
Lady, you are a really helpful engine.
And by helping each other, brings the magic to life in all of us.
Come on, Mutt. Let's look around.
Lily, I think I promised you something. Take some. So cousin, how else can I help?
You mean you don't want to go back to the beach?
No, well, maybe for a holiday. I'm ready to work. You got a job for me?
You know, Junior, there is a railroad.
With palm trees?
102.
And sunshine?
Sunny spells.
I'll take it. What's the way?
This is the way. Hello?
Yeah, good to see you, Mr. C.
Oh yes, Sir Topham Hatt, sir.
I have some good news for you, Mr. C. I'm going back to Soda right now. Turns out Lady Hat is getting homesick.
You're on your way back right now. Splendid news. The engines and I will be waiting at the sheds to welcome you back.
Yes, alright. Is everything under control?
Oh yes, sir. Everything is under control. Goodbye, sir. Well, see you at shining time.
Here, Grandpa.
Well, that's sweet of you, Lily. Here, give it the blue book. I think we should share it. Now we will always remember our shining time together.
And so, this is where our story ends. As our friends return to their homes to Shining Time and the island of Sodor, and with their controller back, they all lived happily ever after.
Thanks, Mommy. That was a good story.
Oh, you're welcome, my young Burnett.
Fine work, Lily.
Thanks, Patch. I guess I have to get the little one to bed, huh?
Yep. Good night, Burnett. Good night, Daddy. Come on, Jeff. Good night, Mommy.
Good night, little Burnett Jr. Your grandfather and I formed a great bond during the events of the story. I also received help from Jeff's great-grandfather, Mutt. May both their souls rest in peace.
But wait, Mommy? What happens after the story?
What do you mean?
Well, after everyone returned home, you and Grandpa went back to Shining Time with Mr. Conductor, and Thomas stayed on the island of Sodor, right?
Yes, my son.
And Lady?
Lady? Well, she didn't really stay on Sodor. She went back to work on the Magic Railroad, and as long as there was harmony on the island of Sodor, and plenty of magic at Shining Time, she would still be alive to keep it all going. I'm sorry, Burnett, there's one part of the story I've yet to reveal to you. It all started with how I stayed with your father and my grandfather, which was your great-grandfather, for the next few days, and it was where me and your father fell in love. We saw Mr. Conductor and Junior every day, and I would come back every summer to see how the connection was between the island of Sodor and the Magic Railroad. I became a railroad engineer, just like your grandfather Burnett, and it was kind of what I really wanted to be, following my experience on Sodor. Oh, you'd love it there, Burnett. It's so harmonious, and the trains really do talk. Maybe you'll have a chance someday. Now it's time for me to finish my story. Back at Shining Time, everything was back to normal. The magic was restored, and Mr. Conductor returned to protect Shining Time from any further harm. And he also went back to planting bellflowers.
Ah!
Howdy, Andy.
Andrew, Yulin, you guys going to Strasbourg too?
Yep, me and Yulin going to Mrs. for World. Right, honey?
Right, my darling.
Well, we better get going. Chuck is waiting for us on the train right now.
Ah, there you guys are. You guys ready?
I am.
You bet.
Wouldn't miss it.
Sometimes all it takes is a little train to remind us that magic is timeless and always worth the hope of its existence. And that little train today was Thomas. My name is Lily Stone, and this was, and is, my greatest adventure on the island of Sodor. And so it comes to the happy ending of our story. And it's time for all of us to go home. Just like Thomas.
It's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing to and fro. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's a really useful engine, you know. He's the fast controller, he told him so. Now he's got a grandchild to call his very own. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's the really useful engine we adore.
Every now and then there appears a sign that points just round the bend to a place you will find. Covered in clover, the magic comes over you, showing up right on time. This is your shining time, climbing through stars to your own cloud nine. Soft strokes of lightning paint the skies brightening up all your shining time.
This is it. Here I stand. I'm the light of the world. I feel grand. 'Cause love I can feel, and I know, yes, for sure it is real. And it feels as though I've seen your face 1,000 times. And you said you really know me yourself. And I know that you were kinda different with the right. But you say
Hello. What do we got here then?
Sir, this is private property, and you're trespassing. You're coming with us.
Diesel 10, what is the meaning of this? I brought you here to help the engines with their workload, and yet I hear that you and a few others were planning to destroy the railway.
Sir, let me explain. I was,
No! Mr. C and George told me everything, and because of you, all the buffers are destroyed and part of the Big Dipper on the Kirk-Ronan line has collapsed. You have caused major confusion and delay.
But sir,
No buts! For your punishment, I was thinking of removing your precious claw.
Not Pinchy. Anything but that.
However, I decided you and your claw can be very useful for something. You'll be fixing all the buffers you asked George to destroy, then after that, you'll be doing rail maintenance till further notice.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Oh, grease and oil.
Payback, boss.
As for you two...
Oh boy.
Since you two were with him until now, I cannot have two diesels who cause trouble as well on this island.
So, what's gonna happen to us?
Yeah, what's gonna happen to us?
You two will be heading back to the mainland and will never return for a very, very long time.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away.
Sorry about that, sir.
Suck for you idiots as well.
As for you, George... Though you were part of Diesel 10's plan, I would give you a punishment for destroying the buffers. But you did stop and told me what Diesel 10 was doing, so I'll let you off with a warning.
Oh, thank you, sir. I won't let you down again, sir. I promise.
That's good. Now off you go. There are some roads that need repairs. Oh, and if you screw up one more time, I will personally turn you into a sewage pump. You got it?
Yes, sir. On my way, sir.